Hey guys, today we're jumping into another Dokkan Battle video, and we're going to be taking on the Potara mission of Extreme Super Battle Road. So, you can't tell, I'm recording over this, so if you're seeing it now, that means we probably beat it. And right off the bat, we're activating a Whis, so you know this can't be good. But hopefully you guys enjoy this video. If you do, leave a like down below, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and let's get into it. So we brought along the physical Super Saiyan Blue just for his crit counters, and we also brought along the 5th year anniversary unit. Now, who said you can't bring Super Saiyan Blue Vegito on this stage, because he gets basically slapped around and killed if he gets supered? Although that dodge mechanic does make him a little intriguing, so we'll have to find out if he ultimately gets us killed in this event. And we're getting supered right off the bat. Wonderful. We do have a Whis active, so 204k with the Whis. That is not good. Not good at all, because if we didn't have that Whis active, we probably would have died. Now, we did bring LR, Int, Super Saiyan Goku, and Super Saiyan Vegeta, but you really can't rely on the one mechanic that really makes them useful, which is their transformation ability into Vegito to get that heal, because they don't do it till turn 7, and as you can see, we brought 2 of them. So they still actually are pretty good, given the fact that they have decent defense and still very good attack. So they're able to hold their own in this event, as long as they're not getting supered by the physical Fat Blob. And the STR Fat Blob really could hurt us if physical Vegito Blue, yeah, physical Vegito Blue, I don't know why I just paused there, gets supered. So we also brought the AGL Vegito. It's a team full of Vegitos, honestly, because of his ability to tank normal attacks. Also, if he gets supered, then we're also pretty much in trouble as well. So I don't understand why they made Vegitos such glass cannons, the ones that can crit counter, because if they're taking normals, they're amazing, but if they get supered, they literally just get demolished. The only person that really can tank a super attack on this team is one Supreme Kai, who has that transformation mechanic, and STR Vegito. But if he transforms, then he also loses his damage reduction, which heals us, but then if he gets supered, really in trouble. So right now our rotations are pretty much in order at this point. We're gonna have the 2 Vegitos separated, just because I don't want them both next to each other. So if we take super attacks like right in a row, we're not getting just absolutely blasted. So activate another item because we're low on health. It's probably a little bit harder to do this event with no items. I think you probably have to get really lucky with where you're getting supered if you're bringing Vegitos on this team. Unless you can do some maybe Majin Buu like Battle of Wits hybrid, where you're bringing the 2 STR Vegitos and kind of using them on both rotations. Problem is on the first stage, they actually have a lot of health, which usually they aren't really that tough in the beginning, but the 2 Fat Blobs are really tanky, which oddly makes it for a little bit of a tougher time, unless you somehow just don't get supered. And honestly, you're right. Well, it just pretty much depends on where the supers are. So here, I didn't want to stick Vegeta Blue in the 2nd slot, because he would take all his attacks and get us killed even with a item active. We're just probably trying to figure out the orbs. Let's get the 3 orbs here. So the one problem with also activating an Android 8 is now we can't see where the super attacks are, which does create a little bit of a problem, which is actually helpful that the AGL Vegito has that ability, is to see super attacks, but you gotta drop below 30%, which is a little bit annoying considering the fact that you're really in trouble if you're down that much. And if you see a super attack, honestly at this team you really can't tank that well, so you kind of have to rely on STR Vegito using his transformation to heal you back up if you're trying to do a no items run. But let's just try to knock this out first, and then we can worry about the no items run. So Super Saiyan Blue, Vegito getting those dodges in, showing why he's one of the best LRs in the game. I know if you guys probably don't like him because he can't be taken on Extreme Super Battle Road that often. I definitely understand that, but honestly, I still like him. Still has that active skill, which honestly is probably still one of the best in the game, I think. But to each his own. And we did what we said we weren't going to do, transform. We see that the super attack's in slot 2, but Vegito, Fat Blob, or Veku, I keep calling him Vegito, Veku is going bye-bye. See, 27k off a normal, no damage reduction, and goodbye. So if Int and Tech, so against this team, actually is not going to be too terrible. If the Int super, or excuse me, the Tech supers AGL Vegito, we're in deep doo-doo. But honestly, doesn't look like we're going to get supered by the Tech unit in the second slot, and we're going to activate Icarus just to be safe, because that has a lot of attacks coming up front. I mean, with the Tech against the LR, he'll be okay to kind of withstand it, but it's just a lot of super attacks. I don't think that LR, Super Saiyan Goku, and Super Saiyan Vegeta would have been able to tank up front without the Icarus. 2.7 crit. 2.17 crit. Pretty cool. Pretty good damage still. 45k off a type advantage Rust super attack with an Icarus. So I'm guessing if he didn't have that Icarus, he probably would have did maybe 150k. So we would have been able to stand it, because this team honestly has a ton of health. Look at the health when the screen pops back up. Damn, we're getting all the crits. 600k health. It's a ton. So I mean, you kind of need all that health, because if you get supered in this round, you're taking like 200-300k a super attack, and you're not tanking normals that well, so kind of need all that health. And we're probably pushing a Dokkan attack a little bit sooner. Now, Super Saiyan Blue, the physical Super Saiyan Blue, is actually good for the second round, because he doesn't have to really worry about a type disadvantage hit, and he can deal with that Gogeta easily actually up front once he gets going and gets a couple supers under him. And if he crit counters him, he's gonna knock down his health a ton. So Gotenks is half health. We haven't really concentrated on the Gogeta just because we wanted to use him for Super Saiyan Blue. 1 super, 2 super, crit. Only 2 supers, which kind of is actually disappointing. I was hoping for like 3 or 4, and then we could have just moved on to the event, but he's hanging in a little bit longer. And another crit. Yep, there it is. So now we're going to go right after Gotenks, try to knock him out, and then we'll concentrate on Gogeta a little bit more. Hopefully we can dodge this. And there we go. See, we got lucky, really lucky with the dodges. Because if he doesn't get any of those dodges, he really can get hit just massive damage. But which is awful for this event, but it's like bringing like UI Goku into this event. I know some people hate bringing UI Goku into Extreme Super Battle Road, because if he doesn't dodge and that 70% doesn't like proc, you're just like, okay, you're just taking 200k like right off the bat, like on the chin. So thanks a lot. And we're going to use this transformation. So with this transformation, he does get the guaranteed chance of stunning for 2 turns, and I think he lowers attack and defense. So it definitely is helpful. You want to activate probably when you have one enemy because you're guaranteed chance of stunning. So, and I wanted to do it just because I knew we were going to be able to knock out Go tanks in this round and just concentrate on Vegito. So here come the crit counters. 1, 2, 3. There's a lot of attacks in the middle slot. And that's the one thing that sucks about this second round is both of them attack a ton, especially Vegito. But honestly, thank God it's int, because if it was like AGL or something like that, we probably would be screwed against trying to tank it with STR Vegito. Or actually physical would be worse because we have three int units. If this was physical, it'd be bad news bears, honestly. And this is the point where I did not want a Dokkan attack, but honestly we couldn't really avoid it. Really, you need the same type of orbs to get that 18 key off a lot with Vegito. So that's maybe why we hit it too early, but honestly it's probably better to hit it in this stage than the last one, because I think the last one is just only one enemy, and realistically the Dokkan attack's not going to really do too much. And Vegito's doing work. Another crit, another additional super. They should definitely make more units like the Vegito, where it has a little bit of RNG based of doing maybe 2 or 3 additional supers or normal attacks, because honestly it's kind of interesting in that regard, because you never know what you're going to get with Vegito, whether he's going to do 2 supers, he's going to do 4 supers, he's going to be able to crit counter. Those units I think are the most interesting units in this game. It's not so much like, oh, you just get straight up stat buffs and then it's good to go. I mean, kind of like some variety in the unit. And 330k, that is insane amount of damage. Like, it's not even like types disadvantage. It's just like these units hit so damn hard. And good thing we knocked him out, because if you would have hit Super Saiyan Vegeta Blue with that, be lights out. And so now we're on to the last stage, and this is why I said we probably just need the Dokkan attack in the second stage, because Dokkan attack here is not going to help us, but he is AGL, which is basically a direct counter to the STR Vegito. So they're also looking a little low on health, so probably gonna have to activate an item here because we're getting attacked a ton. It's literally like he attacks maybe what, 10 times, 11 times. I think I'm debating transforming here if I want to do a stun on him right away or wait. Also, well, I think you transform, you get, I think, an additional key, and we're getting a super attack right off the bat, so that's good. Good thing we activated Princess Snake here. And even with 55% damage reduction and STR Vegito's already built in damage reduction, he still took 200k. If we didn't have an item active, he probably would have did maybe 400 or 500, and that would have been the game. But good thing Princess Snake was activated, because that definitely saved us. And if you're going into the no items run and you're in this last stage right here, and you just get taking a super attack against Vegito with that Gogeta, like it's game over. Like there's nothing you can do. If I was doing a no items run and I had to change it up, I don't know anyone that really could tank that super attack. Maybe Supreme Kai, could probably tanked it a little bit better than STR Vegito, and I probably would have stuck him up front just to get that stun off and seal, so we didn't really have to deal with his super attacks right away, or any of his attacks really, and then coasted into the second round and tried to do more damage to him. Like, I just, this round is probably the toughest in the game because of how many attacks he does, and the only real unit you're using is STR Vegito to kind of like do most of your damage, because he's the one that's going to hit the hardest in this stage. Like, even the LR is not really doing to it like 500k to him, and he has a ton of health. He's really tried to like make this like round real difficult. All right, get an additional super here, and only 500k. Like, he normal like supers just don't do that much damage in this round. Although this is where Super Saiyan Blue, the tech unit, really shines, because he will be able to do some significant damage to AGL Gogeta. And we're taking a ton of attacks in the middle slot and up front, so we probably want to reactivate another item just to keep us safe. And again, like, if you take a super attack up front, like we saw how much it did to us, so you really can't leave STR Vegito by himself without any protection, really. To do it no items right, I think you're gonna have to take Supreme Kai time, and you can see we're getting supered again, and stick him in the first slot and have him lower the attack and defense of AGL Gogeta, just to even have a shot at being able to tank a super attack. Or you just keep him stunned the whole time, or sealed, so you don't have that issue. And here's where the crit counters really come into play, because once you just get attacked with all those normals and he keeps doing those crits, it just chops down his health. Yep, there's another one. He attacks so many damn times. Like, he attacks more times than I'd say like stages with like 2 or 3 enemies. Or I could be wrong. Like, they could attack the same amount of times, and I'm just not paying attention because it's 2 or 3 units attacking. And here we're going to activate his transformation for the guaranteed stun and a guaranteed attack lowering and defense lowering. Now, we haven't hit the point in our HP where AGL Vegito will be able to detect where the super attack is coming, so it is a little bit concerning. And honestly, we're sticking the int Super Saiyan Goku and Super Saiyan Vegeta up front, but he's also tanking very well. I think we still do have that item active, so that's probably why we're doing that. Honestly, I probably was stuck Kibito Kai up front if I didn't have an item active. And we got some dodges going on. Gotta love that 5 dodge, right? Comes in right when you need it. And the guaranteed stun, and we don't really have to worry about Gogeta at this point. And he is stunned, so we can stick STR Vegito up front. We're gonna transform, get a little bit more extra damage going on. When this first came out, this little transformation in the OST, this was probably my favorite OST in the game and transformation, because it's so cool. Like, the animations are so clean, and they did a really good job. And we got some extra healing. So this is probably the best scenario where he's stunned and all those attacks are up front, because you're barely getting hit towards the back. Yeah, 4.8. See how much damage this does to him. 600k. 600k. As strong as STR Vegito is, it does 600k to him. Man, that guy he can tank. And that is it. So that's how we beat it. If you guys are struggling with this event, let me know. Message me. I can help you guys out of your box. Hopefully you guys liked the video. If you did, like it down below, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next one.